Use promo code MRG30 and receive 30% off selected brands. That's Ace Sunglasses, the shades of true champions. And don't forget to subscribe to Straight Outta Jersey, hosted by Jersey Jay-Z. Powered by the Zapata brand studio. Straight Outta Jersey with Jersey Jay-Z and the Freak of New York, Gregg Valentino.
What's up, guys? Joe Zapata here with my man, Gregg Valentino. What's up, Greg?
What are you doing, Joe? Straight
Welcome
from Alabama.
back. Welcome back.
Straight
Welcome
from
back.
Alabama. My ass is so late.
Yeah. So let's say hello to some of the people in the chat really quick. We got Guy Watts is there. We got my brother George.
Hey,
John
guys.
Mancini, Skip Mulligan.
John.
Windward Attack. What's up, guys?
Guy.
So Greg, people were asking your trip to Alabama. Why don't you tell me about it? How was it?
It was great. I got my balls breaking by Lee the whole time. You know what I'm saying? No, we had a good time. The first couple nights was really funny because Lee was just on the attack with Dave. It was like he was drunk, and holy shit, he was me and Jimmy, Palencia, Jimmy the Bull. We were there and we were sitting with Lee. He was just pounding down the drinks, and he had bums on the street telling Dave. He's like telling the bums, come here, tell that guy right there. He's a piece of shit. He sucks. He's this, he's that. And they're like, yo, Dave, you suck, Dave, like bums. You know what I mean? Because Lee kept saying that shit. And Dave goes to me, I can't take it anymore. He goes, I can't. He's a fucking terrible, mean, nasty drunk. and then because we went to if you watch the videos, Lee breaks my balls a lot. What happened was we went to this hot dog place. First of all, it was so filthy. It was like a dead mouse and fucking a rat, whatever it was, in the bathroom. It was just, I cannot listen. This place, supposedly President Roosevelt and all these fucking famous people had eaten there, And it was like, they made this awesome food and everything. First of all, the food was not awesome. I mean, my girlfriend who can't cook to save her life could probably make a hot dog or a hamburger just as good. It was like fuck. Dad, you walk in, and I think it was Sid. Sid Farr might have said to me, bro, I can't eat that. Did you see that shit? There was like a pile of grease because they would throw lard on the grill, And these are they're from Alabama. You know what I mean? What you got there in the crack of your ass? Those guys. They're it was, believe me, it was an experience. But the place was really dirty. But, it's legendary. All these black and white photos of presidents and all these people that ate there on the wall. So we're in there and they're freaking out because everybody's starving. And Dave orders, John orders, everybody's ordering. And then it comes to me and, this fucking black dude, one tooth in his mouth, he's the one cooking. So we're like, holy shit, dude, did you just get out of jail? It looked like not even jail. They look like a homeless dude off the street. And he's asking me, what do you want? What do you want? Right. So everybody's getting a hot dog to experience supposedly the greatest hot dogs, which, bro, I live in New York City, bro. That's the greatest hot dogs. Okay. Mm-hmm. Whether you get them from the dirty water dogs, which are, on a carts in New York City, or if they're Grace Papaya, you know what I'm saying? Which is fucking no. Let me turn that AOL shit off. Yeah, I'm still on AOL. That's how backwards I am. Anyway, so, Dave's like, dude, you got to experience the food. You got to. So I'm like, okay. And I'm telling the guy, because I'm out there, and every morning I'm eating breakfast with Lee Priest and Jimmy. And I'm eating, and George, too. George, Mr. J. And I'm fucking us four guys. And I'm eating, and my girlfriend. And I'm eating all this fucking sausage and bacon and fucking eggs. And I'm not really eating carbs, but I'm eating massive amounts of food. So if any of you are diabetic, you don't realize that if you eat not just carbs, but lots of food, your body starts producing insulin. Sugar turns it into sugar to producing, to try to get your insulin stimulated. So my fucking sugar level's like fucking 300 now. And I'm like, normally it's like 90. And I'm like, bro, I can't keep eating this shit. So I said, okay, I don't want to eat any buns. And I kept telling him, I don't want the buns, and they couldn't understand what the fuck I was trying to say. Wait, so you don't want the bread? And I'm like, no, no bread. Okay, I want a hamburger, no bread. And they're like, do you want cheese on it? No. I just went ketchup and only, no bread. And they're like, okay, what about the hot dog? And I said, okay, the hot dog, give me mustard and ketchup on it. Fuck it. You know what I mean? And no bread. So he goes, okay, wait a minute now. So you want but do you want the bread with the hot dog? I said, no bread. We were going back and forth for like fucking 5 minutes. And Lee's like, Jesus Christ, he's getting crazy. And he kept making a gallbladder. It has nothing to do with the gallbladder. The only thing I ever said about the gallbladder was that when we got out there, I had only trained my legs once. And my legs look really fucking good. I don't know why in pants, when we all took pictures, actually all of us had pretty good legs. But in pants, for some reason, we look like I got skinny legs. I don't know why, but whatever. So this went on. And when we would go to the restaurants, I was trying to order shit with no carbs because my fucking sugar's 300. I have to go, I have insulin, so I got to sit there and shoot insulin in me. And I don't want to shoot insulin. So Lee starts telling everybody, he starts breaking my balls saying it's the gallbladder, from the gallbladder surgery. So we'd sit there and he'd tell bums on the street, ask him about his gallbladder. Did you know he lost his gallbladder? And then he starts talking about his daughter's a fucking MMA fighter. Hey, did he tell you about his son who's NSA intelligence? He can't show you his picture because he's not supposed to talk about it. And he would go on and break my fucking, and Dave was like, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Because it got Lee's attention off of Dave because he was relentless with Dave. He was like, you fucking suck. You fucking, telling Palumboism and talking about Dave selling fake growth hormone. And, that's why my height was stunted. I could have been 6 something, but you shot me. I bought fake growth hormone. He's like fucking with Dave, kidding around. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But, Dave would laugh, but he would start walking away. You know what I mean? Whereas I love it. I would soup Lee up on it. So I post this. If you go to my Instagram, you could see some of the videos where Lee's breaking my fucking nuts. Yes. And I'm going to post more. I don't know why the videos look small, but there's even when I did the legs, like Dave goes to me, we'll pull your pants. I said, I only trained legs once since surgery. I'm fucking 25 pounds down. I can't take no steroids. It's testosterone. I took one shot. I can't, because I wasn't able to take it for like 5 weeks, so I feel, ugats, no training, nothing. So, Dave sees my legs and he goes, holy shit. Like he couldn't believe my legs are like big and ripped, for some reason in pants. Like I just showed you guys watching this. I just showed Joe. My waist is 30. The pants are 32. It's right here. It's pointless me showing you, but because you can't really make it out. Joe saw it. 30, 32. Is my pants. So I wear 32 length and 30 waist. So my waist is really small. And even Dave was like, holy fuck, because I look really lean out there. And if you see the pictures of me and the guys, I look pretty fucking lean. But he broke my balls. Lee broke my balls relentless about the gallbladder. And I love it, though. I would even soup him up a little bit. But he would tell the waitress, ask him about his gallbladder. Don't bring him anything with carbohydrates. He can't have any bread. Don't bread because his gallbladder. Like, he wouldn't stop. I mean, even Jimmy's like, holy Christ, because when Lee wants to beat a dead horse, he'll beat a dead horse.
Mm-hmm. And Michelle, she did a great job with the show, correct?
She did a fucking phenomenal job. It was a lot of fun. We all had a good time. It was great to see Mr. G. I see he just pulled up here. He's in the comments. Romano has the biggest. What does that say? Romano has the biggest what? Rose or nose? I can't see that. Anyway, Mr. G was awesome. I love his son. His son was a great kid out there. His boy Fighting John, great guy. I met his son. I met Mr. G's son when he was young, Sean. I met him when he was young. I didn't know that. He reminded me. Now that he says it, Mr. G brought him. When I was in the movie Bigger, Stronger, Faster, Mr. G went to the premiere and he brought his son. And at the time, he was a little kid. Now he's an adult. But he was funny because Mr. G would be filming me and Lee training and fucking around in the gym, right? And he's filming until his son Sean comes over and goes, Dad, the camera's off. And George is like, what? And the whole time Dave's like, oh, George, because, you missed all this. We were fucking around in there. It was funny because, Sean's like, give me the phone, so Sean takes the phone. And we had such a good time. I mean, Mr. G will tell you, we were laughing. And even Mr. G will tell you how at the end, Lee was breaking my nuts like unbelievable. But You know, it was great to see George too, because I hadn't seen him in a long time. I wish I lived near George, because I asked my girlfriend. Now I got this like fucking bug to start training like MMA or box. I used to box when I was younger, you know, but I was a teenager in you know, for the American Legion. So, but you know, that was a long time ago.
How was the flight? How was the flight back and forth? Okay.
The flight, you know, of course, sucks. It sucks because, you know, these fucking always late. There's something about Atlanta airport that their fucking flights always suck. So we got into Atlanta, which is we had to do the connecting flight thing, and they got there late. So we missed the plane. You know what I mean? So I had to sit in there. Dude, when I was younger, I used to go to the airport and chicks were hot. There was a lot of good looking women there. Now there's like savages. Everybody's breath stinks. They're all fat and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm like, holy Christ, dude. There's some ugly people in the airports right now. Wow. You know? But and nobody what's that?
I said that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I remember when I was young, like I used to fly to LA and I'd be like, look at these hot girls in the airport. You know what I mean? It was like always hot girls. Now they're all like savages. You know what I mean? They're like, ugh, you know, everybody's fat and shit. Their breath stinks. Like it's smelling. You know, just every once in a while, me and Lucia would be sitting there like, okay, I would actually say, Lucia will tell you, I would actually say in the fucking, okay, who farted? Because it's like fucking, you know, the guy in front of us, I think, was blowing ass. It was fucked up. Yeah. What's he say?
He said because Atlanta has a big gay community. Oh boy.
Oh, is that what it is?
I guess so. Yeah.
There was some ridiculous. There was like a tranny walking around. It looked like, call me ma'am. You know, it was one of those beasts. My girlfriend's like, look at that guy. You know, I'm like, shh, don't misgender. That's all we need. We won't be able to fly back to New York. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
This fucking guy was strutting around, you know, with like a little skimpy little outfit on, and it looked just like a fucking. I mean, it was like that dude. Call me ma'am. You know that freak.
Yeah.
Man, it was crazy, but.
Well, I'm glad you make it back safe. Everything's great. You're back.
We had a good time. I'm gonna say
you had a good time, right?
To be with the boys, you know.
Yeah, it's actually. I wish I was there, but you know, I had a couple other things I was taking care of.
I understand.
But a quick story that I'm going to tell you, and for people to be careful. And I told you about this, Greg. This little incident.
That's a good story.
Yeah. So I was in Virginia, whatever, and I was there. We were at a pool at a hotel, and we were in the pool and we're swimming around and everything, and there's a guy there, and he's by himself, and he's kind of just hanging out, and he's coming over, swimming by people, being a little bit too friendly, like just jumping into your conversation, like, oh, where you from? And you're like, whoa, who's this guy? And he started just talking to me, and he's like, oh, where are you from? I said, I'm from Jersey. I said, where are you from? He's like, oh, I'm from here. So that kind of right there, I said, you're from this town and you're staying at this hotel? That just doesn't make sense. And he starts talking and everything, says, hey, do you want to listen to some music? And I'm like, you can listen to music. I don't really care. So he pulls out like this little Bluetooth. He gets out of the pool. He's like, oh, do you want to connect your phone to my Bluetooth? And I'm like, no, whatever. And then he asked a couple other people. Sure enough, I went. Everything was very fishy, and I knew. And then I asked, like I said, I was like, something's going on here. Obviously, it is a scam where they try to get people to connect to their cell phone or their Bluetooth device, and they steal your information. They can get whatever the contacts, then they can see your bank information. And if you have a car that has, that you can do from I can start my car from my phone. If they get that information, they can look in the parking lot, look at your plates where you're from, start your car and take it. And that's exactly what it is. So, we reported to the hotel and the whole 9 yards, and obviously whatever, he got thrown out, whatever, but the whole 9 yards. But people got to be careful, because with the technology today, just like that, he just came up to me and said, hey, you want to jump on my Bluetooth? And I'm like, what? You want to listen to music? Anything you want, put it on my Bluetooth. Just connect your device to mine. I'm like, no.
Then he goes in your bank account, drains your fucking bank account, knows everything about where you live, all that shit.
Yeah,
Savages. They're savages.
That's crazy. And savages. People are like that, and you're like, holy shit. And they definitely they can steal your information. They can steal your information, right? John Mancini said, absolutely, that's insane. They actually do that. That's what the guy was trying to do. He was trying to take, just have me just to connect, to try and play music, and the device would steal all the information. So
that is crazy.
Just warning people out there, just be careful. Strangers that want to hook up to your device, don't do anything, because we kind of knew right off the bat something's wrong. They
do that shit. Like I have friends that went to like the Caribbean and all, and there's actually pirates that come right up on. You're out on the beach on a hotel, and you see a little rowboat come up, and they're fucking trying to sell you weed and all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? But they don't really, you got to watch, listen, even if you go to Mexico, you smoke weed and all that stuff, they tell you do not go out at night and seek out, like, where can we buy some marijuana? Oh, come with me. A lot of people go missing and shit from that,
Yeah. Missing and everything.
What is Winmore? Winmore just asked. I'm not sure. I can't see something about do you live in Winmore?
Winmore, he said, I wish though that just one time for one visit for the Whack Pack and Abound to see Gregg get drunk with Jimmy and Lee. Well, Gregg doesn't drink.
I don't drink. You could ask them. And even Jimmy's going, listen, I don't want to drink. I gotta catch up. Like the next day, he had to catch a plane. We were out. He had to catch a plane like 3 a.m. and we were at the party and everything. And Lee's ordering Jimmy drinks. Just one drink, just one. And before you know it, Jimmy drinks one. And before you know it, he shoves another one under his face. And then now Jimmy's drunk. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Winward said he just got scammed out of $2,000 from my bank recently, making a similar mistake, had an open new checking account. Yeah, that's really bad.
Yeah, that is really bad. I went to when I did Tyra Banks' show. This was like 2006. I was in LA, Los Angeles, and right across from the hotel where I was staying, the studio was down the street. It was like a little bodega thing, and they had an outdoor ATM machine. I used the ATM machine, and then when I got home after about a week later, I get like a notice from like the FBI, the local whatever, and they say your bank account's been compromised. You were involved in a crime. You're not in any trouble, but your bank account was involved in crime, so we had to shut your bank account. Which the bank then shut down my account. And what it was they can take theirs. Now, when you go to the grocery store, you take your card, right? And you slide it yourself. But you remember when you give the card to the fucking girl and she would slide shit, sometimes they could take from that strip, they could actually duplicate your card. They were doing shit like that. Yep. And then they would like empty out your bank account. So you got to watch all that shit.
My brother George says this show is the premiere to Trump versus Biden debate tonight. That's right. That's why we're going to have a hard stop at 9 because we got the debate coming on, and so that's going to be interesting debate. Hopefully they'll drug test Biden.
They won't. They'll never drug test him, but he's going to come out the same guy that's been walking around like this, and he's going to come out like today Donald Trump is a traitor, and he's going to be screaming like he did with the fucking State of the Union address, and then towards the end it started dying a little bit, But they just asked Karine Jean-Pierre today. They said to her, Donald Trump is claiming that President Biden's going to be taking Adderall and other things just to make sure. And she, what do you say to that? Do you what's your response? And she sits and she thinks for a second, and she says, "I'm not going to give that a dignified, answer." So that's like, because she's not going to say no, because God forbid somehow somebody rats or whatever. If he doesn't do good, if he doesn't do good, they're going to pull him out of there.
Yeah.
They don't want him to run as it is. His family, dude, they're so selfish. They're so crooked that the family's the one propping him up. My cousin Tommy Mottola, he was, he's big in the music industry and everything. And my other cousin, Tommy Valentino, same last name as me. Okay. He's the one who, discovered Kid Rock and all this shit and was Kid Rock's lawyer. And he was telling me they were at a show backstage with the fucking Rolling Stones. Right. And what's it? Keith Richards or whatever was so fucked up that they actually put him on a fucking, he said they put him on a dolly, like a hand truck. And he was like this. And they wheeled him out. And he said it was the most amazing thing because he couldn't talk. But they said the minute he put his guitar in his hand, he would like wail. You know what I mean? And he was like, I don't know how the fuck he knew what to do, because he was that lit. But I mean, I pictured him wheeling Biden out, like that, on a hand truck and dropping him off. And now he's like, originally they asked, can we sit down? Can we have chairs? And Trump said,
wait, George, come on, George. My brother George said he's going to come on. He's going to tell us what happened. Hey, Natalia, how you doing?
Hey.
George, come on. Tell us what's going to happen.
Hey, Natalia.
Hey, Natalia, what's going on? Braveheart said, someone said they injected Biden with maple syrup in his face to make him look tan. Now he looks like Pinocchio on fentanyl.
Dude, he looks like listen, this should be a message to all of you. He hasn't been at the White House in 1 week. They've been changing his whole fucking hours so he sleeps different hours. So he's normally not up this time of night. It's so a week A week of this, and they've been pumping him with all kinds of drugs and shooting him with all kinds. A week, a fucking week. Donald Trump this morning was in another fucking state. Fucking,
Yeah.
That right there should show you how fucked up this guy is. A week.
There he is, George. What's going on?
What's going on?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
What's up? What's going on? What's going to happen with the debate, George?
You guys ready for this one?
Go ahead, tell us.
All right, there's two things that'll either happen. Hold on, my cat's like, I don't know where my cat is. All right, so anyway, here's what happens. You ready?
Yes.
They're either gonna let him burn to the ground, right? They're gonna let him burn to the ground where they have to make a change, and Gavin Newsom jumps in.
They're going to burn him I don't think they're going to burn him to the ground. They don't want him to fucking burn to the ground. It's going to be bad. But if he does, I mean, they wouldn't be going through all this shit. But if he does, I don't think it's Newsom. You know what I think? I think it might. I agree. I always thought it was Newsom too. But I think that Hillary Clinton's been buzzing around.
No way.
I think that
no way.
Her in there. I don't know. That's.
She's very punchable. She's like a punchable person. You want to punch her in the mouth.
He's got the experience. Gavin Newsom is also a fucking experience. He's a liar, and I think that Trump would obliterate him. I don't know.
You know what I think though? I think that they, all the good look, all the women, the women would vote for him.
Oh yeah.
Because they'd be like,
Oh, he froze. He's out.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you froze. You
froze for a second. Yeah,
you're frozen. Right. He's still frozen.
He's still frozen.
Really?
You're frozen in an apple orchard or something in the background.
Hold on. I get this fucking thing. How about now?
No, he's frozen. We can hear your voice, but we can't. Your voice.
I'm out in the middle. Well, I'm out of nowhere. This is where I live.
Good.
No, it's beautiful. Oh yeah, keep that out.
The internet out here.
I think George just talked shit about fucking Joe Biden, and now somebody whacked him. Where is he? What happened?
Yeah,
you're alive, George. You there?
But yeah, Winward said there's no way Biden can survive 90 minutes.
Listen, I'm not make the whole Hillary Clinton thing. They've been talking about it on Fox. Some of the women are saying she's hovering around, and all of a sudden she's getting the makeup done and all. I don't know. I always thought it was Gavin Newsom too, but you never know. Women love Hillary too. Hillary would still get the woman vote. There's
What's up, Ben? Ben Garcia's on there. What's up, Ben? Hope all is well.
Hey, Ben, what's going on?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes.
Am I frozen?
You're not frozen, no.
All right. See, this is why out here there's no internet out here.
That's
nice. Nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
So you think Gavin Newsom, George?
Yeah, no. Why wouldn't they? It's the easiest thing. It's the easiest thing to do.
But I'm telling you, Hillary's
no way. Hillary Clinton is like the most unlikable human being on earth.
To us, but to the left, she should have won. She got more votes than Trump. The women love her. I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked. It's not me that's making this up, but I'm been watching like Fox, and they've been saying like Hillary Clinton sitting in the wings. The people, everybody else is saying now Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama's already said I don't want to be. She doesn't want to be involved in that shit. She didn't want Barack Obama running a second time. The whole political thing's not her thing. You know what I mean?
This fucking phone. I can't even get this shit straight.
You're upside down, you're sideways.
I have no idea how to do this shit. I got to get into
I mean, who knows? I don't know. I mean, I still think it's going to be, they're going to keep him in there. I don't know, unless he bombs really.
But you can't tell me that. My cat's going to like run out of here. Where's the cat? Oh, my wife's looking for the cat.
Go ahead.
I'm on with Greg and Jay-Z. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, come on out. My wife's here too now.
Hey, wife. How you doing?
She wants to join in.
No, I don't.
Join in.
So listen, why wouldn't they let him burn, and if they go to the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, right? They don't have to. They just have to nominate him. Then they can replace him. If they don't nominate him, they can't replace him. They have to do a primary.
But they don't want. They can pull him out at any time at the DNC. But the problem is, if he burns, you're almost even if you give Gavin Newsom, whoever you can give Barack Obama. It's almost like a guaranteed Trump thing. If he burns right now, you're pushing everybody towards Trump.
No.
Even if it's close and they have a little bit of a problem, like Trump wins, but not by like this huge margin of this, they're gonna probably pull Joe Biden out at the DNC at the convention.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if they let him burn, right, then don't you think he gets the sympathy vote? All the people are like, oh man, he's really doing.
No, people are scared. You look at you. I mean, dude, if he burns after being fucking pumped with Adderall, after fucking having CNN, who obviously wants him to win, so they're gonna they've made this whole fucking debate about him, giving him the total advantage, and they've 7 days. He hasn't been at his office in 7 days. He's been like in sleepaway camp for 7 days just to prepare for one debate. If he burns, they don't want it to burn. You'd be handing Trump the fucking torch. You might as well just say, fuck the election, Trump wins. They don't want him. They're doing everything they can to make him win. Yep. But if they sense like, dude, it's not going to work, they'll pull him out in the DNC. They will definitely pull him out.
There's definitely going to be somebody else jumping in.
Dude, he is so fucking shot and so crooked. He has been involved in scams. They're saying since the 80s. You know what I mean? And he is just so bad. I don't understand how there's people that I have arguments with that tell me, well, it's not Trump's. I mean, it's not Biden's fault. The border was fucked by Trump. And I'm like, no, it's not. Not only did you stop building the wall, but you just opened up the floodgates. Biden reversed all Trump's stuff in a border, number one. Number two, Biden's the one that's day one. Biden also stopped fracking, stopped digging for oil, shut down the Keystone Pipeline, and opened up the Russian pipeline, then bombed it later on and blamed everybody else. He's shot. We're back to OPEC. This is like the 70s. We're over there like the fucking, we're over there begging to Saudi Arabia, like, please give us oil, please, please. And they're like, they hear Joe Biden, like, ha ha ha, and hang up. You know what I mean?
I think Mr. G's right. They're gonna mess with his mic and shit. They're gonna make it impossible for him to debate.
Yeah, they will. But if it's obvious, they're also gonna sink themselves. They're gonna try to do everything they can to help. Listen, it's obviously it's stacked against Trump. Trump's just got to be really smart on how he goes out there. I would ask Biden. I would throw a few little questions at Biden, nothing major, but I would try to throw him off. I would even ask him, "Hey, did you ever take your granddaughter fishing?" What granddaughter? Granddaughter fishing. They don't expect something has nothing to do with any shit to get him where he's like, because they have gone over every scenario of every question that Trump can ask. They have 16 people helping him, tutoring him for 7 days. 7 days. He's not. I would throw him off with just simple shit where he's like humming, where it's in his head. Like, what does he mean? My granddaughter fishing? Oh, which granddaughter? What one? What? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, you want to throw him off. You want to get him where you get his brain to start. You know what I mean?
You think Biden's going to call him a convicted felon and stuff?
Yeah. They could call him convicted felon. He'd say, yeah, you know what? Well, I was convicted, by your court.
Felon and all that bullshit.
I got to be honest with you. Whatever you want to say, even the January, they're going to use the January 6th shit. I would say, yeah, you're right. But you know what? During January 6th, there was no war. We weren't at war with any country. Gas was the 209 where I live. It was 209. It was 180. It was 180 something before that. Okay. Food was cheaper. It was half the price. McDonald's still had $1 menu. Dollar Tree was still $1. You know what I mean? So, that's what on January 6th of 2020, you could go to McDonald's and get a burger. You can go fill up your gas tank for half the price. So what are you talking about? You know what I mean? The minute you took over, you got to remember something. When Biden got elected, okay, in November, the price of gas jumped up a quarter, 25 cents, in anticipation of what was going to happen when he took the day before the election. It was at 25 cents cheaper. So when they say, well, it was $2.25, $2.30, no, it wasn't. That's because it jumped up, in anticipation. But before that, don't you remember we were dumping oil. We were dumping. Gas was so cheap, it wasn't funny. Over in Jersey at one point, it was like 99 cents. You know what I mean? Like when we were pumping our own gas and stuff. It's just, because Jersey used to be cheaper than New York. Now it's the same.
Yep.
Remember, you had to pump your, you can't pump your own gas or whatever the fuck it was. Us New Yorkers just drive over the border just to get gas. But what I'm saying is everything was cheaper. I saw a video where a guy was doing an interview. This was in 2019, and he was in Walmart, and he passed by where the eggs were. It was nothing about food, was nothing to do with Trump, it just was an interview in a food store, and it said eggs 77 cents. This is 2019 in Walmart. And I'm like, you know what? I used to buy jumbo eggs for 82 cents in Walmart, and now they're fucking over here in New York. They hit $6. You know what I mean? Well,
you see how they're getting all the stars to talk about supporting Biden? All of these stars.
Who listens to them?
I get paid for that.
All these stars are losing. They're losing. People looking at them. Democracy. They're gonna. Don't you understand that Trump's gonna put people in fucking cages and they're gonna put people in concentration camps? Did he do that the first time? Did he lock people up? Did he put everybody in jail? Just like the news anchors on CNN were like, we may not have jobs if he gets in here because he wants to have all of us taken out. Well, why didn't you do that the first time? It's not going to take you out. Get out of here. They're fear mongering. That's what they're doing. They're fear mongering.
Yeah.
I don't understand how there's one person, aside from maybe Joe Biden's family and his cabinet members, who actually think he's doing a good job. Dude, he's fucking lying right to your face. That's like saying, Gregg Valentino's got a full head of hair on his head. You know what I mean? All three of us, we're very beasts up here. You know what I mean? Dude, I don't know who you're fucking looking at, but I haven't had hair on my head in 30 years. I'm just saying, it's bullshit. They lie to you. They look you right in the face and say, no, that's not true. This is Donald Trump's fault. He turned down that deal that we made. He didn't turn down no fucking. He's not even a president. How could he? Oh, well, he told the Republican Party not to fucking, sign up for that bullshit where, that Biden, that bill that Biden, the bullshit. Biden, all you have to do is say, shut the fucking border down. No more, like Trump did. And that's it. You don't need no bills passed and all that shit. It's all bullshit.
Mr. G said FEMA has camps for re-education for white Christian Republicans.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They want to do that shit. These people need re-education and all that shit. Get the fuck out of here. They want to take away your gun. They want to take all that away.
The cat inside? Is the cat inside?
I think your cat's a Biden fan. Doesn't want to hear this shit. It's getting pissed off.
That's why we're going to have a hard stop.
Biden's stupid. Your family, dude, if Biden's family's stupid, you're pushing this fucking guy. They're telling him you could do this. His wife is evil, and si se padre. You get the fuck out of here. You can't even say that shit right. You know what I'm saying? My girlfriend is Mexican. It's like, oh my God, how dare you say that like that? But I'm saying, they're evil. They don't realize that this guy, history's going to go down on this guy and look at him so bad. He's going to be the most corrupt, most fucked. Why does he have fucking papers? Why does he have documents, sealed documents from when he was a senator? You know what I mean? Top secret documents. Why does he have when he was a senator? He should go to jail for that. But Trump was a president who had him under lock and key. Meanwhile, the FBI comes in and lays him all over the floor and says, look at this. You know what I mean? Get out of here.
Dirk Diggler said, you think Biden will look lost again after the debate? Yes, he will. That's why I think
after the debate, yes. All of a sudden, you'll see him tomorrow, and they'll be asking.
Hold on.
He'll be asking him. CNN will ask him about the debate tomorrow, and he'll be like, "What do you mean? I didn't masturbate? No, the debate."
No, listen.
Right.
Hold on. So listen, you don't think you listen to him talk certain times. He talks like a mumbling idiot, and then when he's on like 60 Minutes, he talks great. So, you think Adderall can do that to someone? I think it's I don't think so. I think there's somebody else there.
Dude, throwing Adderall. I'm hyper already. You know me, Joe. Joe's been one.
Of course, I know you.
I was keeping Joe awake. Joe was throwing almost like like this. I mean, so Joe, how'd your mother had you? And Joe would be like this. Whoa, holy shit! You know what I mean? Like,
But if you're saying if you're that,
I could probably cure cancer. I can come up with MC squared equals. I could do all that mathematician shit for a fucking few minutes. Because the brain. Yeah, man, that's what it is. It's Adderall and shit like that.
Biden's going to say that Gregg had his gallbladder removed.
It wasn't fucking Lee. It wasn't the gallbladder I was complaining about. The only thing I said about the gallbladder was when I just had surgery 4 weeks ago. I still got stitches in my belly. So I can't really do the legs like I was. And when I showed my legs, even Dave goes, holy shit, your legs are better. He couldn't believe how good my legs were. You know what I mean? Watch the video. Dave says it. And legs were better than Dave's too. But the thing is, I don't know why they don't look so good when we were walking around in pants. I don't know. But regardless, when I took down my legs were jacked. So, but I was saying that's the only time I brought up the gallbladder, the surgery. Other than that, when we were going to the restaurants, I was doing the whole can't eat the bread thing because of my diabetes. My sugar was fucking 300 and I wasn't even eating carbs. You know what I mean? Because just eating massive amounts of food. You know, I can't do the free buffet. I'm poor over here. I was telling my girlfriend, open up your pocketbook, stick some bacon and shit in there, some sausages. We were taking they had little muffins, whatever they are, little like, no muffin, what do you call them with the whole waffles, little waffles this big,
Mr. G wants to know if you're going to have a watch party, George, tonight for the
No,
George,
no.
Good.
You got to be careful. YouTube will block it, and they'll start doing shit to your channel.
Dirt Diggler wants to know, what is the most important topic you think they'll debate tonight?
The border.
Geez. I don't know. I mean, they're going to listen.
The border?
No, I think that what's going to happen is the Democrats know. All right, so what they're going to do is they're going to lie. They lie about anything. They'll tell you that your own mother's not really a woman. It's a man, she gave birth out of her ass or something. They lie. They lie right to your face. This is what they're going to do. They're going to divert, and they're going to try to also boo-ha us. Abortion. Donald Trump already said, look, I'm not for abortion, but I'm going to throw it to the states. Whatever the states do, that's their job. Abortion goes by per state. Whatever the state law is in that state, that's what I'm stepping out of that. Let the states handle that shit. So, but oh no, he's against women. And what pig? Dude, take it up your ass, take it in your mouth, do whatever you got to do. But listen, if you're going to have a kid, right, you're going to abort that kid not up to the moment of birth and then leave the baby, or infanticide, take the baby after it's born and put it on a table and sit and watch as it fucking dies from hypothermia? Are you out of your mind? That's evil, bro. That's against God. I don't care. You can't do that. And that's what they're going to do, though. Abortion's their big thing. Because that's what they run on. That's how they won. Remember, the red wave. The red wave's going to come in. We're going to win back the Senate and all that shit. And we didn't. A blue wave came. And it's all because of abortion. They're going to use little tactics like that. They're going to run on January 6th. You had an insurrection. Your people are what? Name one freaking Republican that went in that January 6th thing that had a gun. They didn't find any guns. There was no guns. You had old ladies, 70 years old. Dude. They just arrested a woman. She got 24 months. That's 2 years. She's like 70-something years old because she stood in front of an abortion clinic, and wouldn't let people in abortion. She stood there, didn't touch anybody, but she blocked the path to walk in an abortion clinic. Google it. They just handed out her sentence 2 days ago.
What'd she get?
2 years in prison.
2 years in prison?
Like the guy who made up the meme against Hillary Clinton. What did he get? 5 to 7 years. I mean, Jesus. Come on, you come to New York, bro. There's savages everywhere. They're beating the shit out of people. They're not getting a freaking day in jail for that. They're doing it. It's insane. But because you stood like this in front of an abortion clinic, you're 70-something years old. How many old people were in that January 6th shit? Had to freaking wrap either Trump thing or the American flag around them walking in there. And now they're terrorists. What are you talking about? No cop died. That Sitnik guy died the next day from having his 6th or 7th friggin' stroke. He was a friggin' Trump guy, by the way. He didn't get hit with no fire. That's all lies, bro.
Yeah.
Go watch. You want to see that? Go on Twitter. It's all over the place over there. Where Nancy Pelosi, her daughter, was filming all of that. So they have videos where, that came out, maybe her daughter's in with people that, you can't trust anybody, bro. Trust me. And there's video clips of Nancy Pelosi saying, I brought that motherfucker down. He wanted to bring in those soldiers. And I said, no way. I knew, go watch it. There's some, she orchestrated that. It was orchestrated, Anyway,
Yeah.
what does that say? Hillary, what? Hillary
Hillary
Obama.
would help them.
FBI, CIA. Yeah, of course they did. Of course they did. They know it's out there now. You're going to find out stuff later on. Just like, oh, there was no laptop. 52 people, 52 Intel operatives said that's a lie. It's not true. It's all just like all this January 6th. You're going to find out it's all BS. All the people bought into that. You know, I have friends that were Trump fans, and when that first happened, they were like, you know what? I'm done with him. I'm sick of him. Look what he did. And I'm like, dude, it wasn't him. Trust me. And now they're back to being Trump fans again. And they realize, holy shit, that wasn't really him. You know what I mean?
Yep. Anyway. Dirk Douglas says there's a lot of corruption that goes on. It's all a conspiracy until it's true.
Yeah, that's the truth, Dirk. Dirk.
Windward Attack says Biden on video said he loves it when little black kids rub his hairy legs in the ghetto. True video. Look it up.
Yeah, I saw that.
Kamala Harris accused him of not only racism when she was running for president. She told him, "You're a racist." Well, I was one of those little black kids that were bussed out of the district because you wanted segregation, and she called him out on it. And he sat there with his with his tail. He didn't tell her you're full of shit because he knew she was right. And then she also told him about the Me Too shit. All these women are claiming you're a serial freaking molester and all this stuff, and I believed them, Joe. I believed them. You're a molester. And he sat there and didn't say a word because she buried him. And now when they ask her about it, she was going, "It was a debate. We just say things." You know as well as I do that shit's all legit. It's going to come out. It may come out when the guy's dead, but his legacy is going to be like, when you mention his name, it's going to be like, you know what I mean?
Listen, he wasn't racist. He just didn't want his kids going in the jungle.
Yeah,
that's what he said.
You know what he did? Listen, Dylan Mulvaney, right? Oh, he brought it to the White House. You're a hero. You're a hero. Oh my God, you're a beautiful young lady. Imagine if Hunter said, "Dad, you're not going to believe this." Closed doors. Dad, you're not going to believe this. When Dylan was here, we kind of talked a little bit. Now we're kind of dating and shit. He'd be like, "What? What the fuck? What? You're dating that's not even a girl. What are you talking about? Are you gay?" That's what he would freak out. But because remember, he's got a whole thing. What about the whole thing? If you're caught with this much crack, you should spend a minimum of 5 days in prison. 5 years in prison, right?
Hey, Teffer, come in.
Smoking crack, all this kind of stuff on there. See, and if you believe that he's not going to pardon his son, first of all, if he doesn't pardon his son, I'd be like, what kind of father are you? I don't give a shit. I would pardon my son. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I would pardon my son.
Yeah, he's going to pardon him. He should.
Pardon his son. You watch. But the lying, you should just say, "He's my son. What do you think I'm going to do?" But to lie and say I'm not, now they're all saying, "See what a good man he is? Do you see what a good man he is? How honest?" And he said he's not going to. Dude, he says everything out of the crack of his ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get out of here. Dude, his wife was the kid's babysitter and everything like that. And he was supposedly seeing her way before that. Go watch. There's a whole video with her husband, her first husband, who says all this shit, their love story, how they met and all that's bullshit. He's come out and he wrote a whole book on it. And they had a whole thing with him. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's bad, Ben. He's just, all that stuff. Let me tell you something. That's a guy who's all for segregation. I don't want my kids going to a jungle. You know what I mean? It's a jungle. I don't want savage. They're all savages and all that stuff. The whole thing. And now there's videos. I got some where I took them off the net where he's using the N-word left and right. And even though they say, "Oh, but he was quoting somebody." What if Trump quoted somebody and used the N-word instead of saying, Joe Matarazzo said N-word, this, and this, right? That's the way Trump would have to do it. Because if Trump said Joe Matarazzo said, and he used the word, they would be like, "You used that word. You're not supposed to use that word." Meanwhile, Joe Biden used that word. He said it fucking 20 times. And same thing. You think if Hunter Biden came home, he was dating a Spanish chick or black chick or anything, you think he said, "Dad, I'm dating Michelle Obama left Barack and now I'm with her." You think that he would be like, "Oh, I'm so happy for you"? He'd be like, "You're dating a N-word." You know what I mean? That's what he would do.
That's exactly what
he really is.
Yeah. But Greg, we're getting close to the time for the debate. I want to cut it short because we got about 5 minutes before the debate starts. So I want to make sure we watch that. Go Trump.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we'll see what happens with that.
Jesus.
No, Joe Biden would see George's cat, right? And he would tell George, "That's not a cat, that's a dog." And George would be like, "That's my cat." No, it's not. It's a dog. You see it's a cat, but I'm telling you, it's a dog. You know what I mean? He tells you not to believe your eyes. That everything that you see is natural. We're doing great. This country's doing great. We're, the wars. We're winning the wars. Meanwhile, they're laughing at us. They're freaking laughing at us.
Yeah.
Anyway,
all right. Well, enjoy the debate. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, something good happens. I'm sure something's going to come out of this.
I want to say another thing, fellow Yankee fans out there. We suck. All that shit, they did it 2 years ago where they won. Remember, they were unbelievable. The Yankees can't even lose a game. And then all of a sudden, June comes. And then mid-June hits. And it's all of a sudden, And then,
thank you, Ben Garcia, John Mancini, Mr. G, Skip Mulligan. Everyone watch that debate tonight. See what happens. Windward, Ben Garcia, George, Greg.
All right, guys.
You got it, brother.
I love you guys. I'm amped. I'm ready to go. Come on. Mr. G. Mr. G's probably throwing punches